Title of the Forgotten Door. In the small, forgotten town of Black Hollow, there was a tale whispered from generation to generation, a tale of a door that should never be opened. Pause for a breath, as if reluctant to continue. Years ago, an eccentric architect named Walter Grayson built a mansion at the edge of the forest. Locals called it the Labyrinth because of its endless halls and impossible passages. But what drew the most curiosity was the door, a single iron door in the basement, sealed with heavy chains and marked with strange, unrecognizable symbols. Grayson, in his final days, left a chilling warning to anyone who dared to enter. Never open the door, not for the wind, not for the cries, and especially not for the whispers. Pause for effect, lower your tone. When Walter disappeared without a trace, the mansion was abandoned, until now. Speak slower to build suspense. Eliza, a freelance photographer, had heard the stories of the labyrinth, but didn't believe in ghost tales. Her work brought her to Black Hollow to document forgotten places. It was just another project, or so she thought. On her second day in the town, Eliza stood at the gates of the mansion. The iron bars were rusted but still intimidating. She climbed over, her camera swinging from her neck, and stepped into the overgrown yard. The air felt heavy, almost as if the house itself were watching her. Inside, the mansion was a time capsule. Dust-covered furniture, cobwebbed chandeliers, and faded portraits lined the walls. As she explored deeper, something strange happened. Speak in a whisper. She heard a sound. Not the creak of the old wood, not the rustle of animals. It was a whisper. Eliza! She froze. Her heart thundered in her chest. No one knew she was there. No one. Pause, take a slow breath, then continue. Following the sound, Eliza found herself descending a narrow staircase into the basement. There it was, the infamous iron door. The symbols on its surface seemed to pulse, almost glowing in the dim light. She raised her camera to take a photo, but the lens fogged over. The whispers grew louder. Help me! Let me out! Please ... She hesitated. Against her better judgment, her hand reached for the chains. The metal was icy, burning against her skin, but she persisted. With each pull, the chains fell away. When the last chain hit the floor, the whispers stopped. The silence was deafening. Eliza hesitated, her fingers hovering over the door handle. And then, the door burst open. Raise your voice slightly for dramatic tension. A cold wind howled, extinguishing her flashlight. The room was plunged into darkness. Eliza screamed, stumbling backward as the sound of footsteps, no, hooves echoed around her. Shadows moved in the pitch-black void, growing, twisting, forming shapes that defied reality. Thank you for freeing me, a voice hissed. It was everywhere and nowhere at once. Eliza's mind raced, trying to find the source. A figure stepped out of the shadows, its eyes glowing like embers. Its form was wrong, shifting as though it couldn't decide what it wanted to be. Its smile was impossibly wide, revealing rows of jagged teeth. Pause for a chilling tone. Eliza turned to run, but the door slammed shut behind her. Her screams were swallowed by the darkness. And then, silence. Speak softly, as if sharing a secret. The next morning, the townspeople found the mansion exactly as it always had been, quiet, undisturbed. But in the basement, the iron door was sealed once again, its chains heavier, the symbols darker. Eliza's camera was found near the door, its last photo an image of glowing eyes and an impossibly wide smile. No one dared to open the door after that, not for the wind, not for the cries, and especially not for the whispers. And with a sinister whisper. But if you're ever near Black Hollow, listen carefully. You might just hear her whispers too.